Remember, they're changing my voice. Before I begin, I'd like to remind you that God is not with any nation, military, police, or any group. God is just with me, and my parents are also blameless, but they cannot lead. So this is about uniforms and uniformity. Law enforcement, military, the other gang stalkers, they worked in collaboration to do something that wasn't much different than what they usually do, but it certainly was way over the line. And so I announced my judgments against them yesterday. I judged that anyone who was a part of law enforcement from that point onward, okay, within 24 hours, right, if they didn't quit, that they and their offspring would be sentenced to hell. Last night, they turned it up on me. They fueled me heavily and did things of that nature using technology. Remember, I have 22 witnesses on record. And even the cops, when I bring it up, they don't want to see the witness's testimony because they know that it's more than sufficient proof that this is going on. Okay. So when they did that, I decided to say their time is up and that them and their offspring are now sealed now. If I remember, I'll put some pictures on the screen that show you the comparison with cops and demons. And there's nothing that police officers or military and these modern militaries, modern police have ever done to suggest they're anything other than pure evil. Okay, getting a cat down from a tree doesn't mean anything. Doing your job doesn't mean anything. The fact that you've signed up for an evil job in the first place means everything. The fact that you joined the military and police and intelligence agencies, so it's all these groups right here, is very telling. The fact that they've tried to change my shape in my videos to make it so I resemble these people is very telling. So, I mean, there's so many reasons I want to keep this video short. Let me just read what I wrote down and leave it there. Uniforms and uniformity. Unlike my picture with a martial arts gi or my African patch gi videos, which I haven't seen worn by anyone else, military, intelligence agencies, and police in every modern nation all wear the uniforms of pure evil. It reminds me of the Bob Marley song where he said they all had on uniforms of brutality. Instead of rallying together to secure me justice, they not only have their evil spirits, which are like demons, and Lucifer for a reason, while they insist in the racist Jewish, racist white, and LGBT twisting of what it means to serve God, but they even persecute me, God's son, the logically most righteous person ever possible. I do not believe that they will ever bring me any kind of justice in this case, which will overkill that I'm right. Pretending to be the good guys while upholding white social norms is just low. It's just low down, just low. Obviously, I plan to be screened out for what I believe in the next 4 to 5 years. The fuming and poisoning will have killed me one way or another. I will have conquered them and the rest of the world, like the Bible even says. Their LGBT white denial, like physical and mental fitness, has failed them, and they are not spiritual at all. If people do not understand this, why should I talk to them? Surely, if they don't understand it, it's due to pure evil hearts. Okay, so we look at the Bible, for example. Okay, Jesus is said to have died in 33 in popular culture. Okay, people are thrown in the lion's den. Even women and children are killed for being Christians in popular culture. Okay, and those short lives in a predominantly Judeo-Christian country were seen as more respectable than people living long lives. For example, the immature military, soldiers that crucified Jesus and mocked him and put a crown of thorns on his head and so on and so forth in a robe and so on and so forth. Okay, and the Jews in the Bible that did something similar, they're seen as just some kind of lowly worms, some kind of white supremacist, white-skinned supremacist scum. And the depictions that they're commonly depicted as white people. Now, I don't care about race, but it's important to note because I'm being persecuted for white, Jewish, and LGBT social norms first and foremost, and for the governing classes. Okay, and obviously there's a special place in hell reserved for the rich. I mean, it goes without saying. So, if you have a viable counter argument, you think this judgment is unfair, go ahead and say, but it has to stand. Okay, I don't care if you think that, oh, it puts me in danger. It's laughable. Okay, I'm the top martial artist ever. You think I fear mere men? I don't respect people that fear the government's power more than God. They fear what collateral they have over them or whatever more than God's wrath. I can't respect that. That miscalculation is inhuman. And when people don't obey God through me, other than my parents, they're inhuman. It's that simple. Okay? I put this in a way that was very diplomatic when you think about it, very calm. Okay? But there's no words for how much more people suffer for interfering, in the afterlife, okay, their souls. I don't make physical threats for interfering with my explanations, my communications. Okay, I don't respect people that interfere. Them and their offspring also suffer the fate of the military, the police, and intelligence agencies. In case people on duty yesterday or today or whoever is on duty ever, isn't part of these groups, they also fall under this thing. Okay, and the governing class, I'll make videos about that in days to come, and the other groups in the world.